Brandon Sanderson has responded to the Audible changes. So last week we talked about the change or not really a change, but light
No,
being shown on Audible's
it is a change.
strategy.
Yeah, in how they
But
calculate the
they've always had
royalties.
it kind of that way, though. It was just seen this time.
Well, no, let me explain. No, there was more of a change than you might realize. So when they switched from the 40% to the 50%, they then took the all-you-can-eat buffet price and bundled it into the 50% and allowed the streaming people to have bites at the apple. So Audible is very concerned that everyone's going to move over to Spotify's just stream the audiobooks and don't own them model. And so they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, where you can buy books with credits and stream some number of hours. And so while they boosted the 50%, it's only 50% of whatever's left over after all of the streaming authors have been paid. And currently only some authors are eligible to get the streaming dollars. And so the net effect is for most authors get less under this new program, which started under a pilot in 2024 and has gone more and more mainstream in 2025.
Well, due to basically how authors are freaking out about this, how much they hate it, Daniel Green has put out a follow-up video to the breakdown he put out last week, and Brandon Sanderson has actually responded to this whole thing because everybody's like, Brandon, because like a year ago,
you're the only one Audible cares about
who was in the news because he was going to bat for us authors because he hates Audible's royalty breakdown program, and so everyone's like, Brandon, yeah, any words for us? And he's not happy. I like that man is very difficult to ruffle. Like he's a very chill dude. He's a very nice guy. Like way the opposite of the way I am. This guy is really hard to ruffle, and he says this is not what we discussed. And we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. These are his words. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board as to figure out what to do with Audible. Because now not just did they play him, I mean, this makes him look bad, right? Because everyone's like, well, what backroom thing were you doing with them to really screw us over? And you were really getting mad. And he's like, okay, now you made me look bad. So now any negotiations that are going to take place between Brandon Sanderson and Audible are going to be more hostile. Because now there's been lies.
And going back to what we were talking about earlier, Sanderson is one of those celestial bodies. He's one of those elites who, when he pulls his books off of Audible, Audible actually feels
That's not very
it.
nice, Thomas.
he has gravitational pull. In that
Stop talking, Thomas.
So, to him,
did you write a dating book or something?
He has millions of downloads of his audiobooks. And once you measure downloads in millions, Audible really cares because because if Audible is bringing in $10 of revenue per book and you sell 1 million copies of your book or of your books, that's $10 million worth of revenue. That's enough revenue that actually affects people's quarterly bonuses internally. And if he's unhappy and because he had initially, when I backed his Kickstarter for these books up here, the audiobooks were not available on Audible. He kept them off of Audible and had a really strong negotiating position and got Audible to give a bunch of concessions, not just for him, but for all indie authors. Audible flew some executives to Sanderson's house in Utah. They had a meeting, they shook hands, and Sanderson then allowed his books to be on Audible. And now it sounds like that handshake deal, I don't know if anything was in writing, but there was definitely a handshake deal has been violated. And Sanderson isn't just influential, but if he sicks his army on you, which he's never done to anyone ever. But he has an army that is ready to go to war for him. And Audible does not want that. So hopefully they will listen. I'm anticipating some clarification. One of the things I don't like about both Spotify and Audible's arrangements is that they're unbelievably complicated. When you read that report that I posted to authormedia.social, one of the things you realize looking at it is how convoluted the royalty compensation is, and that's on purpose.
Is so twisted.
It's so twisted, and and by making it complicated, it allows them to make the deal worse over time. But it's so complicated that people don't realize that the reason that their money is down is not actually because their sales are down, but because Audible changed the way they calculate the royalties. And so, if you're wanting to maximize your money per book, the best way to do it is to put your book on Kickstarter and get your 90% of the money. So
Sure.
you can sell your audiobook on Kickstarter. You can get 90% of the money. Kickstarter takes a 10% fee, and then you put it on Audible and Spotify.
And then it's
or
a
wherever.
discovery mechanism. It's not even it's an entrance to your funnel, to your ecosystem, and not your source of revenue. So that's a great point right there. And there's actually a lot of creators who are doing that right now. A lot
I
of them
disavow all comments in the chat under my name. This is all Jonathan posting with my face.
Oh, does it show your face?
Disavow.
For me,
yes.
it shows my name.
No.
Oh, this is so good.
I'm removing these from the comments right now.
Back off.
Disavow.
You are taking away my free speech.
This is why you should come live, for those of you watching the replay, because I am deleting and retracting all of these comments right now.
I'm so happy
Message
right
retracted,
now.
Disavow.
Anyway, back
let's
to
talk
what I
about
was
KDP
saying before Thomas started sweating.